Premier League is back. The new 201,718 season gets underway this evening with Arsenal taking on Leicester City at the Emirates Stadium. And with the new season on the pitch comes the new virtual season, with fans up and down the country going through their stats to put together their fantasy team good enough to win their private leagues. As journalists like to get involved too, and while we're putting our teams together, we thought we'd put what we consider to be the best 11 together. This is an 11 for fantasy. PremierLeague.com based on all the stats we have to hand, and it leaves you with just enough money to spend on 4 of the cheapest players to sit on your bench. Goalkeeper, João Gomes, 4.5 meters. You might think this one comes out of left field, but hear us out. He was actually the 9th highest scoring goalkeeper in the game last season, in a team that finished 17th. Watford are only going to get better this season, you would think, under Marco Silva, given the signings they've made. And Gomez loves a penalty save too. Hes made 9 in Premier League history. Defender James Milner, 6.5 meters. Milner is a steady Eddie, playing week in, week out. Barring injury, Hes pretty much guaranteed to win you appearance points, plus he kept 10 clean sheets last season. Oh, and don't forget, Hes Liverpool's penalty taker too. He scored 7 goals last season. Defender Gareth McAuley, 5.0 meters. He plays for a team that loves a set piece. Under Tony Pulis, West Brom are pretty much nailed on for a mid-table finish, aren't they? McAuley netted 6 times last year, and will probably end up with a similar amount this time around. Kept 6 clean sheets and only missed 277 minutes of action last year. Defender Charlie Daniels, 5.0 meters. The Bournemouth man kept 10 clean sheets last season, made 3 assists and scored 4 goals. He just gets the nod ahead of teammate Adam Smith, same price, who was joint top of the defenders' assists chart with 5, but only scored 1 goal and kept fewer clean sheets. Defender Kieran Trippier, 5.5 meters. This all depends on his injury and how bad it is. With Kyle Walker having left Spurs, Trippier is the club's first choice right back, and given his position as a number 2 last season, his price is a bit lower than his teammates. Spurs had the best defensive record last season, while Trippier assisted 5 goals, the same amount as Walker, despite playing only 566 minutes of football. Midfielder Alexis Sanchez, 12.0 meters. He's a midfielder on the game. Still, amazing really. The highest scoring player on the game last season thanks to 24 goals and 10 assists. It looks like Hes staying at the Emirates, so get him in your team, first name down, surely. Midfielder Dele Alli, 9.5 meters. Across North London you have to go for Dele Alli. He scored 18 goals and set up 7 for his teammates, making him another no-brainer in terms of midfield men. Midfielders also get a point for a clean sheet, with Spurs keeping 15 last season. Midfielder Pedro, 8.0 meters. Can Chelsea replicate what they did last season? No one knows just yet, but the Spaniard was just shy of double figures in both goals and assists last season with 9 apiece. He will almost always play a come off the bench, and if the Blues have the same sort of defensive record, will pick up clean sheet points like Ali. Midfielder Wilfried Zaha, 7.0 meters. If you are looking for a bit of a cheaper option in midfield, look no further than Wilfried Zaha. Only Kevin De Bruyne and Alexis Sanchez provided more assists from open play than the Crystal Palace man last season, and with Frank de Boer in charge, Zaha is likely to be part of a front 3. He'll feed Christian Benteke, but will look to add more goals to his game too. Striker Romelu Lukaku, 11.5 meters. The Premier League's second highest scorer last season has moved to Old Trafford. Surely he will get more and better chances at Manchester United than he did at Everton. If so, the thought of how many goals he might score is scary. Has 85 goals in 5 full seasons in the Premier League. He'll surely get at least 20 this year again. Striker Joshua King, 7.5 meters. There is a bit of trepidation around the final player in the team. The Norway striker is entering his 3rd full season in the top flight. He bagged 6 goals in 201,516 and then soared to 16 last year. If he continues the upward trajectory, you'd expect nearer the 20 mark. But Jermaine Defoe is now back at Bournemouth, so which way will manager Eddie Howe go? Defoe is, however, 8.0 meters, which would leave you short of money to fill your substitutes bench and would require something of a rejig elsewhere.